Hello and welcome back to Horoscope TV. I am absolutely thrilled to be back in the studio with you today.
It is wonderful to be here.
We have the charts spread out in front of us, the planetary movements are plotted, and we are looking ahead at a week that's, I think is going to be talked about for quite some time.
hmm
We are zeroing in on the week of February 2nd to February 8th, 2026. And today, our entire focus, our total energetic attention is on the sign of the crab.
Yeah, it's right.
We are analyzing the forecast for Cancer.
It's a big one. And to our Cancer listeners, or anyone who has significant Cancer placements, maybe a Cancer rising or a Cancer moon pull up a chair.
Okay.
This is not a standard run-of-the-mill week. If I had to characterize the astrological landscape we're about to traverse, I would describe it as a week of split personalities.
Split personality.
A week of two very, very distinct halves.
Distinct halves. That implies a pretty radical shift in the middle. Are we talking about a shift from good to bad or bad to good? Or is it more, complex than that?
It is certainly more complex, but if we want to simplify the trajectory, it's a journey from chaos to calm.
Okay, I like the sound of calm.
We all do. But you have to earn it this week. The week begins with high volatility, significant friction, and just a lot of social noise. It feels jagged.
Jagged. That's a good word for it.
But as we navigate through that storm and head toward the weekend, the energy shifts completely. We move into deep emotional restoration, a return to intuition, and a profound sense of peace.
So the mission for the Cancer listener is really about endurance and strategy.
Exactly. Weather the early storm to earn the calm waters of the weekend.
Okay, let's unpack this, because when I look at the data here, there's one headline event that just jumps off the page. It really dominates the early part of the week.
I know exactly what you're looking at.
We have Uranus going direct to the friendship sector.
That is the catalyst.
Yeah.
That is the main event. It happens on Tuesday, February 4th.
Now, whenever I see Uranus involved in a forecast, my mind immediately goes to the unexpected. I think of lightning strikes, sudden changes, weirdness.
Yeah.
It's the planet that disrupts the status quo, right?
That is a perfect description. Uranus is the great awakener. It disrupts structures to create freedom. Now, for months, Uranus has been retrograde.
Right. So it's been moving backward.
Or appearing to. And when a planet is retrograde, its energy is internalized. It's reflective.
So what does that mean specifically for Cancer in this case?
It means this disruption has been happening on the inside. Maybe you've been quietly questioning your friend group or feeling a subtle disconnect from your community. You know, that little voice in your head going, do I really belong here anymore?
It's been a simmering internal
Or
process.
very quiet, private reevaluation. But on February 4th, it goes direct.
The station direct.
Exactly. And that internal simmer boils over into external reality. The energy turns outward.
Whoa. So we are moving from thinking about changing the social circle to the social circle actually changing around us.
Precisely. And because this is the friendship sector, the 11th house, the instability is going to manifest in the people you interact with.
So what should a Cancer be looking out for?
The listener needs to be prepared for the weird. And I mean that in the best and worst ways. You might encounter new people this week who are completely outside your usual type.
Like who?
Eccentric artists, tech geniuses with wild ideas,
Yeah.
activists, just electric personalities who shake up your worldview.
Okay, that sounds kind of exciting.
It can be, but perhaps more jarringly, the people you think you know, your reliable best friend, your steady group, might start behaving in ways that are totally unpredictable.
And for a Cancer, that is a nightmare.
A total nightmare.
We are talking about the sign of the crab. They have that hard shell for a reason. They crave security. They want to know who is in the foxhole with them.
Exactly.
If the people inside the shell start acting erratic, that creates a lot of anxiety.
It does. It triggers the deepest security issues for Cancer. They nurture, they protect. That's their core identity. But Uranus doesn't care about protection. It cares about evolution. So the status quo of your social life is effectively breaking this week. You cannot rely on things going the way they usually go. Plans will change. People will surprise you.
And it's not just the planet going direct, is it? I'm seeing some geometry here that looks stressful. We have square aspects happening midweek.
Yes, this is what compounds the energy. We have harsh square aspects peaking around February 5th and again on February 8th. This isn't a one-and-done event.
For the listener who might not be fluent in astrologies, can you explain what a square actually does? It sounds rigid.
Think of a square as a 90-degree angle. It's a sharp corner. In astrology, it represents tension. It's two planets that want different things and are refusing to compromise. They're at a standstill.
So they collide.
They collide. And in this context, with Uranus involved, these squares are creating friction specifically in the realm of social dynamics.
So practically speaking, what does that look like on a Thursday?
Drama.
Yeah.
Pure and simple.
Oh, no.
It looks like the group chat blowing up over a misunderstanding. It looks like gossip spreading like wildfire. It looks like someone taking a joke the wrong way and causing a scene at brunch.
So it's friction within the friend group.
Deep friction. And it might feel like it comes out of nowhere.
Okay, so if I'm a Cancer and I see my friends fighting, or I hear a rumor that isn't true, my instinct, my natural nurturing instinct, is to jump in.
Of course it is.
I want to fix it. I want to play peacemaker. I want to bake everyone cookies and make them hug.
And that is exactly what you must not do.
Really, just let it burn.
You have to. The astrological advice for this specific transit is avoidance. Stay out of the gossip. Do not try to mediate. Do not pick a side.
That is so hard, though. It goes against the very nature of the sign.
I know it does. But here's the reality of Uranus energy. It is volatile and reactive. It's like electricity. If you step into the middle of the fight to stop it, you will get electrocuted. You will become part of the explosion.
You get hit by the shrapnel.
Exactly. The consequences of engaging with the drama this week are swift and annoying. You'll end up being blamed for things you didn't do. Your words will be twisted.
So the expert strategy is observe.
Observe. Let the storm rage. Keep your windows closed and your door locked, metaphorically speaking.
Okay. Not my circus, not my monkeys. That's the mantra for the first half of the week.
That is the mantra. But, as we promised, this isn't the whole story. The week shifts. And the shift begins on Friday, February 6th.
I see that here. Mercury enters Pisces. Now, Pisces is a water sign, just like Cancer. That has to feel like a relief.
It is a massive relief. It's like stepping out of a noisy construction site into a quiet spa.
Oh, I like that.
Mercury rules the mind, communication, and logic. Earlier in the week, under the influence of those squares, the mind is frantic, logical, maybe a bit paranoid. You're overthinking everything.
Trying to figure out who said what?
Exactly. But when Mercury slides into Pisces, the mental state liquefies. It shifts from logical to intuitive, from frantic to dreamy.
I feel like people often complain about Mercury in Pisces causing brain fog. But in this context, you're saying that's a good thing.
In this specific context, absolutely. You need a little brain fog. It softens the edges. It allows you to stop overanalyzing the drama and start feeling the undercurrents.
So you stop reading the texts and start reading the room.
Perfectly put. Your dreams are going to become incredibly vivid starting Friday. And more importantly, trusting your gut feeling becomes a viable strategy again.
Right. Because earlier in the week, with all that Uranus static, your radar might have been jammed.
Completely jammed. You couldn't trust the signal on Tuesday because of the interference, but by Friday, the signal is clear. If you feel something is off, it is off. If you feel safe, you are safe. Your intuition is back online.
And then the ultimate validation comes on the weekend. The moon moves.
Yes, on Saturday, February 7th, the moon enters Scorpio.
Another water sign. We are really diving into the deep end by the weekend.
We are. And remember, the moon is the ruler of Cancer.
It's their home planet, essentially.
It's your celestial parent. So when the moon is in a compatible water sign like Scorpio, it forms a trine aspect. This is the most supportive, harmonious energy you can get.
So it's like coming home.
It is a restoration of emotional strength. You go from feeling exposed and rattled on Wednesday to feeling powerful, deep, and resilient on Saturday.
That is such a distinct journey. It's like holding your breath for 4 days and finally exhaling on Saturday morning.
That is the perfect analogy, and it sets the stage for everything else. Love, work, money. It all follows this chaos to calm trajectory.
Well, speaking of love, let's pivot to the heart. Because Cancers are lovers. They value emotional connection above almost anything else.
Absolutely.
With the friendship sector on fire, is the romantic sector a safe haven? Or is the fire spreading there too?
It is intense. Safe haven might be too strong a word, but deep is definitely accurate.
Okay.
We have Venus sitting in the intimacy sector right now, the 8th house.
Intimacy sector. So we aren't talking about casual dates or flirting at the bar.
No, not at all. Right now, love is not superficial for Cancer. It isn't about fun and games. It's about the soul. It's about merging, trust, vulnerability.
The real stuff.
The real stuff. And here is where we find one of the most beautiful healing aspects of the entire year, frankly.
Wow.
On February 4th, the same day the social world goes crazy, Venus makes a sextile to Chiron.
I love when Chiron shows up. The wounded healer. It sounds so poetic.
It is poetic, but it's also very practical.
No.
Chiron represents the deep wound in us that never quite heals, the insecurity we carry around.
For Cancer, that's often a fear of abandonment or betrayal.
Very often. And when Venus, the planet of love and connection, works harmoniously with Chiron, it creates a unique opening. It allows for the healing of old trust issues.
And for Cancer, trust issues are a big deal. Once a Cancer is hurt, they build that shell thicker. They don't forget.
They never forget. But this energy softens the shell just enough to let someone in. This might look like a very vulnerable conversation with a partner.
Can you give an example?
Maybe you finally bring up a hurt from 3 years ago that you've been stewing on, something that's been a silent roadblock in your intimacy. But instead of it leading to a fight, it leads to understanding.
Okay.
It leads to tears and a hug and a genuine apology. The energy supports putting the burden down for both of you. It's a moment of grace.
That sounds incredible. If you can navigate the social chaos,
Yeah.
you can go home and have this beautiful moment of healing.
You can.
But
There is always a but. I was waiting for it.
There is. We have to look at the end of the week. Sunday, February 8th. Venus squares Uranus.
Oh, there's that square again.
Oh.
And Uranus again.
Yeah.
So the planet of disruption is coming for the love life after that beautiful healing moment.
It is. We have a clash between Venus, which is all about love and intimacy, and Uranus, which is all about sudden change and freedom. This brings a shock.
What kind of shock? Are we talking breakups? Is it that severe?
It can be a breakup, but more often it is just a sudden jarring event, a plot twist in your relationship narrative.
Okay, plot twist. Like what?
It could be a secret coming to light, maybe something you discover or something you accidentally reveal. It could be plans changing instantly, like a partner suddenly needing to travel for work or canceling a trip you were looking forward to.
That would feel like a betrayal to a Cancer,
Yeah.
even if it's not.
It would. Or it could be a sudden realization where you look at your partner and the dynamic just shifts. You see them in a totally new light, for better or for worse.
That sounds like emotional whiplash. You have the deep healing on Wednesday and then a sudden shock on Sunday.
It is whiplash, and that is why the advice is crucial here. If a secret comes out or if plans blow up on Sunday, do not jump to conclusions.
Right. Don't assume the worst immediately.
Exactly. The energy is volatile and transient. It's a lightning flash, not a forest fire. If you react in the heat of the moment, if you pack your bags or send the angry text, you are reacting to a temporary storm.
So delay your reaction.
Delay it. Wait for the dust to settle. Let the information sink in before you make a move.
That is good advice. Freeze frame. Now, what about the single Cancers? Usually, Uranus and Venus mixing it up is kind of exciting if you don't have a relationship to protect.
Oh, for the singles, this is electric.
Good.
Sudden attraction is very, very likely. And because Uranus is in the friendship sector and Uranus rules technology, the source of this attraction is specific.
Let me guess. Dating apps. The internet.
Dating apps, the internet, or the friend group.
The friends to lovers trope. The classic story.
It's a classic for a reason. You might look at a friend you've known for years and suddenly, zap, the spark is there out of absolutely nowhere.
Wow.
Or you meet someone online and the conversation goes from 0 to 100 in minutes. You feel like you've known them your whole life.
So if that happens, what do we do? Do we ride the wave?
Ride the wave, enjoy the rush, but take it slow.
That sounds contradictory.
I know it does. But Uranus acts fast like a lightning strike. It's bright, it's hot, but it doesn't necessarily last. The attraction is instantaneous, but the longevity needs to be tested.
So have the fling, enjoy the 6-hour phone call, but maybe don't start planning the wedding for next fall.
Exactly. Keep one foot on the ground. See if the connection can survive when the electricity isn't buzzing quite so loudly.
And if you are looking to plan a first date, an actual physical date, when's the best time?
Wait for the weekend?
Why the weekend?
Because of the moon in Scorpio on February 7th, that water energy restores your romantic confidence. You move from that frantic electric energy to something deeper, more magnetic, and more seductive.
So you're in your power then.
You are in your power. Saturday night is the prime time for a date that actually leads somewhere real, somewhere with depth.
Okay, Saturday night is date night. Locked in. Now we have to talk about the grind, work, career, the hustle. With all this focus on friendship and love, does the career just take a back seat?
In a way, yes. The focus shifts. Usually we look at the career sector, the 10th house, to see how to get ahead. But this week, the actual work, the spreadsheets, the reports, the meetings is less important than the network.
The network. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
100%. We have to look back at that Uranus direct on February 4th. Since it is happening in the social sector, it impacts your professional connections heavily.
So this is about networking events, mixers, the office party.
Yes, but also the casual, unplanned interactions. A chat in the elevator. A conversation while waiting for coffee. These moments are charged with potential this week.
So I should be talking to people.
You should be open. A casual chat could lead to a job offer. But conversely, because Uranus is unpredictable, a contact you thought was reliable, a vendor, a partner, a key client, might suddenly flake.
Oh.
They might quit or ghost you or change their business model overnight.
The theme is adaptability.
Adaptability is the key word for the entire week. You have to be ready to pivot, and we have a specific conflict to watch out for on February 5th. Mercury squares Uranus.
Communication clashes with disruption. That sounds messy for business deals.
It creates specific tension regarding shared resources or team money.
Team money. Give me an example of what that looks like.
Okay, so it's the team budget. Who is paying for the new software subscription? Who is covering the bill for the client lunch? How are we splitting the commission on this new sale?
So vague verbal agreements are dangerous.
Vague is the enemy. Clarity is king this week. If you are entering into any agreement involving money or resources with a colleague this week, get it in writing. Be explicitly clear.
Don't just say, oh, we'll figure out the split later.
You won't. You will fight about it later, and that fight will be ugly and sudden. Spell it out.
That is solid practical advice. Get the receipts. Now, earlier you mentioned that shift into Pisces on Friday. Does that help the work week?
It helps, but it requires a change in strategy. Mercury in Pisces is about mind expansion. It's creative, it's intuitive, but it is terrible for detailed, nitty-gritty execution.
So data entry is out.
If you try to force yourself to do data entry or proofread a dense contract on Friday, you will be miserable and you will make mistakes. Your brain just isn't wired for it then.
So what should we be doing instead?
Learning. This is the time for skill acquisition.
Ah, okay. So instead of grinding out the work, spend the afternoon watching a tutorial.
Yes. Read a book related to your field. Listen to a lecture or a podcast. Learn a new software. Your brain is in a mode where it wants to absorb big concepts. It wants to learn, not do.
That makes sense.
If you feed your brain new information on Friday, it will stick. And it'll help your career in the long run, far more than forcing productivity on that specific day.
So Monday through Thursday, survive the networking chaos and get everything in writing. Friday, close the spreadsheet and open a book.
That is the winning formula for the week.
We touched on P money, but I want to look at personal finances. The outline mentions shared finances as a major theme for Cancer this week.
Yes. In astrology, we look at the 8th house for this. This isn't the money in your pocket from your paycheck. It's the money that ties you to others.
So things like debts, loans.
Debts, loans, taxes, inheritances, your partner's income, any money that isn't solely yours.
And the forecast predicts stressors here on the 5th and 8th, those same days again. That sounds anxiety-inducing.
It can be. The prediction is that financial stress is highlighted. You might get a bill that is higher than you expected. You might apply for a loan and get a pending or a rejection.
Or maybe your partner has a financial setback that affects you.
That's a very common manifestation of this. And of course, panic is the default reaction when money gets tight.
Of course.
But the expert insight here is to frame these as temporary glitches. Panic is the enemy. These are administrative hiccups caused by that square energy. They are not permanent ruins.
Temporary glitches. I like that. It makes it manageable.
And remember, Uranus is going direct. This often means a stuck financial situation resolves, but it resolves in a way you didn't plan for.
Meaning, what does that look like?
Meaning, maybe you don't get the bank loan, but you find an investor out of the blue. Or you don't get the raise you asked for, but you get a different benefits package that is actually worth more in the long run.
So you have to be flexible.
You have to look for the side door when the front door slams shut. The solution will be unexpected.
Now, I saw a note here about a hard rule for the week. It's rare we get a directive this absolute. Do not lend money to friends.
A hard no, under no circumstances. Full stop.
That is tough. Cancers are generous. They are the nurturers. If a friend is in trouble, and we know the friend group is in crisis, the Cancer wants to help. They want to save the day.
I know, and it comes from a beautiful place. But you have to resist that urge this week.
Why is it so dangerous right now?
Because with the friendship sector being so volatile and Uranus causing disruption, Mixing money and friendship this week is a recipe for disaster.
So if I lend my buddy $50.
You likely won't get it back anytime soon. Or worse, asking for it back will cause a massive relationship-ending fight. The energy is just too chaotic. You're throwing money into a vortex.
So save your resources.
Save your resources and save your friendships. Keep the boundaries up.
Boundaries. That seems to be the word of the week. Keep the windows closed, don't lend money. Which leads us perfectly into health and wellness. Because for Cancer, boundaries, or the lack of them, usually show up in the body.
They do. We call this the somatic connection. Emotional equals physical. Cancers are famous for this. They don't just feel emotions, they physically process them through their bodies.
And the astrological data links the social drama directly to a specific physical symptom.
The stomach.
The stomach, of course.
Yeah.
Cancer rules the stomach.
Exactly. When a Cancer is unable to digest what is happening in their life, like a friend betraying them or drama in the group, their actual digestion shuts down or goes haywire.
So the gut is literally reacting to the environment.
Literally. The mind-gut connection is incredibly strong for you. So if you are stressed about the gossip, you are going to have a stomachache. It's almost guaranteed.
Okay, so we need to be proactive. We have to adjust the diet.
Yes. Preemptively,
What are we eating? Or what are we not eating?
we are avoiding spicy foods.
Put the hot sauce away.
Put it away. Your stomach lining is already sensitive because of the stress cortisol flooding your system. Do not add capsaicin into the mix. You want bland, comforting, warm foods.
Like what?
Soups, root vegetables, oatmeal, congee. Things that are easy to process and feel like a hug from the inside.
Comfort food. That is very Cancer anyway.
It is. Lean into your nature here. Your body is telling you what it needs.
What about the mental health side? We talk about the relief of Mercury in Pisces. How do we maximize that?
The remedy for the electric, frantic energy of Uranus is water. You need to reconnect with your element.
So meditation.
Meditation is great, but specifically being near water if you can. Take a bath. Go for a walk by the lake or the ocean. Listen to the sound of rain on a loop while you work.
Immerse yourself.
You need to immerse yourself in fluidity to counteract the static shock of the early week. It will ground your nervous system.
And then physical recharge. What about exercise?
That comes on the weekend. When the moon enters Scorpio on February 7th, you get a surge of physical vitality. You'll feel your strength return.
So hit the gym on Saturday.
You could, but honestly, the prescription is sleep. Sleep is the best medicine this week.
Really?
Think about it. You have been hyper-vigilant all week, dodging social shrapnel. Your nervous system is fried. The most productive thing you can do is power down and let your body repair itself.
So use the weekend to recharge the batteries completely.
Completely. Don't feel guilty about it.
I love a wellness plan that includes a nap. That is my kind of strategy.
It's the most productive thing you can do sometimes.
All right, we have navigated the heavy stuff. Now I want to get into the cosmic toolkit. This is the fun part. The cheat sheet for the week.
The practical magic.
Who are we hanging out with? Who are we avoiding? What color socks should I be wearing?
Let's start with the best match. This week, your person, your anchor is Scorpio.
Scorpio. Makes sense. Fellow water sign. Intense.
They are the perfect match. And the reason is the dynamic. It is about nonverbal understanding.
I love that. No
Nice.
talking required.
Exactly. While the rest of the world is chaotic, and specifically the air and fire signs are reacting loudly to Uranus-Scorpio, remains calm. They are controlled. They are the bunker.
So if I'm stressed about the gossip, I just go sit next to a Scorpio.
Yes, they honor your need for privacy. They won't pry. They won't ask for annoying details. They will just sit there, hold the space, and let you feel safe. They are a protector against the drama.
Okay, find a Scorpio. Now, who is the worst match? Who should I be hiding from?
Aries.
Ram. Sorry to all the Aries listeners, but why are we avoiding you this week?
It is not their fault, truly, but Aries is being heavily hit by these same Uranus transits. Their ruler, Mars, is feeling that tension. But their reaction is the opposite of Cancer's.
How so?
They become impulsive, loud, rash. The me-first attitude comes out. They want to take action. Let's fix it. Let's fight. Let's go.
Right.
And that energy clashes violently with Cancer's need to retreat and protect right now.
So the Aries is screaming and running around, and the Cancer just wants to hide in their shell.
Pretty much.
Right.
And there is a real risk that an Aries, in their bluntness, might say something on Thursday, February 5th that causes deep hurt. They don't mean to, but they're not thinking before they speak.
They might push you to do things you aren't ready for.
Come on, stop being a baby. Just confront them. That kind of vibe.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't need that pressure. Keep your distance until the energy settles.
Noted. Avoid the Rams. What about lucky elements? What are we looking for?
The color of the week is silver.
Silver, like the moon.
Like the moon, your ruler, but also like armor? Think about the metallic protective nature of silver. It reflects light. It's a mirror.
I like that visualization. Wearing silver to reflect the drama away from you.
Exactly. It creates a protective psychic shield, or even just a cool, calm gray. If you're into specifics, the color code is hashtag C00000.
Very specific. And numbers. Any lucky numbers this week?
We have a sequence for you. 2, 7, 11, 20, 29, and 38.
2, 7, 11, 20, 29, 38. Got it. And the best dates to make a move or to, come out of hiding.
February 6th and February 7th.
Right, aligning with that shift to water energy we talked about.
Exactly. Friday and Saturday. Those are the days where you will feel most like yourself, and the universe will be backing your plays, whether it's in love, creativity, or just feeling good.
So if we had to summarize this whole roller coaster of a week into a few bullet points, what's the takeaway?
Survive the early week drama. Do not engage. Keep your wallet closed to friends. No lending money. Avoid the gossip at all costs. And look forward to the deep, healing, romantic energy of the weekend. That's your reward.
It really is a hero's journey in miniature, isn't it? From the chaos of the village to the sanctuary of the temple.
It is, and it raises an important final thought for you to carry through the week.
What's that?
I want the listener to think about trust. With the healing aspect of Chiron we discussed and the shock of Uranus, I want to ask you this.
Okay.
Are you holding on to a secret that is ready to be released, or are you protecting a peace that is ready to be disturbed?
Oof. Protecting a peace that is ready to be disturbed. That is a provocative thought. It suggests that sometimes the disturbance is necessary.
Sometimes the shock is the only way to break a pattern that isn't working anymore. Sometimes the peace is actually just stagnation in disguise. This week might reveal the difference.
Wow. Okay, listeners, mull on that as you navigate your Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode on Horoscope TV. We hope this analysis helps you navigate the choppy waters of early February.
Goodbye and good luck with the stars.
And hey, if you found this forecast helpful, please make sure to subscribe. We want to ensure you get notified immediately when the next forecast is available. You don't want to fly blind into next week. Thanks for listening.